Hey, happy day 834 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here at your service, talking about and sharing what I'm doing as I transition from the brick and mortar world and the world of corporate America, over a quarter century in corporate America, working for some of the biggest corporations in the world, as well as at least 27 different offline businesses, real life, real world businesses, before hopping online about 3 years ago now. I guess, what is it? It's 2020. So 2017 is when I hopped online and decided I was going to duplicate the success I'd had offline online. And if I was going to do that, why not share it and talk about the journey, the trials, the tribulations, the ups and downs? Because I didn't create my offline businesses overnight. I wasn't an overnight success with them. So I assumed I would not be an overnight success, despite what the propaganda about the internet was. I didn't expect that I would hop online and within a month I would be a multi-millionaire, right? So I could duplicate my offline success. So today, what's up? What am I doing? Day 834. What are my priorities? My big number one priority is, of course, my granddaughter, my number and the family. Number two would be the Get Up and Go Challenge. Doing a short version of the Get Up and Go Challenge. Did a 30-day version of the Get Up and Go Challenge in the month of April. I was going to say May, but we're in May right now. So in the month of April, we did the 30-day Get Up and Go Challenge. And I learned a lot of things from that. Mainly that 30-day challenge is way too much for the vast majority of human beings on the planet, especially as we go through this time and this transition, and there's so much upheaval in our lives. I think that it's a lot to expect of people. It's not really a big commitment, but it's a lot to expect of other people, especially people that aren't used to doing challenges or doing something every day to move them toward what they want. So today we are going to do and begin at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time a 5-day Get Up and Go Challenge. So in 5 days, I'm going to condense everything plus that we did in the 30 days, pull out the most important pieces and say, you got to do these things. You got to start with these things. And you know, you got to do them right now. You have to get up and go and do them now. And they're not huge things. Again, I will boil it down to one action item a day. The 5 most important critical action items that everybody, you and me alike, should be doing every single day to, and you don't have to do 5 things a day. My point is 5 habits that we want to move into, 5 things we want to be making sure that we're at least on a subconscious level running through our lives, so that we continue to move in the direction that we want to go, so we continue to progress toward what it is that we want. So Get Up and Go Challenge, I'm actually really excited about doing it. And I'm excited about challenging myself to simplify, keep it simple, and move forward, because I tend to overcomplicate things. Really? Human beings overcomplicate things? Yes, I, like everyone else, for the most part, tend to make things way more complicated and way harder than they have to be. For myself, especially, right? Not so much for other people, but for myself. So I will be learning as well as I go through this challenge and lead, and we do it together. So I'm excited about the Get Up and Go Challenge. It's going to be fun. And what else? Day 834, of course, for this particular documentation of my journey. Day 125 of the Fun Challenge, doing a 365-day Fun Challenge, which works out perfectly with what's going on in our world right now. 2020, we need to remember that life can stress us out and change and blow up in our faces, yet we can still find a way to do one fun thing every day. We can still find a way to find love and excitement and curiosity and fun and wonder in the things that are around us if we choose to look for them. So I'm enjoying doing the Fun Challenge every day. Out like a light was today's idiom that I shared on Facebook, as well as on my Supersize Your Business page. I try to take an idiom every day and share what it means, where it came from, and then how you can apply that to your business right now. Not how you have to, but how you might want to, or how you might think about it. Just gets me thinking creatively, and hopefully you thinking creatively, and thinking outside the box in what else is possible, especially with respect to, it's like having a word of the day or something. It's like having a phrase of the day, because you look for how that impacts you and the people around you. If an idiom or a saying has been around for thousands of years or even hundreds of years, it impacts and has impacted millions or billions of people. And that means it probably might not be personally one that you can relate to, but it's probably one that your coworker, your significant other, or your kids or somebody else has experienced or can relate to because they've had an experience that reminds them of that particular idiom or saying. So it started out as just a kind of a fun content creating project, and now I think today was day 435 of that. So the 435th idiom that I shared. I never thought I would be talking about idioms or words. It's not like I'm a wordsmith or anything, but I find words fascinating because the words that we choose, the words we use, the way we describe things, the bigger your vocabulary, the more access you have to different feelings and different ways of being and showing up in the world. And they've done studies, and I'm not going to quote statistics or anything because I don't have them at my fingertips, but I remember reading studies about people with bigger vocabularies and more vocabulary, more words at their disposal, have more emotions at their disposal and more degrees of emotions, right? We all have love, we all have hate, we all have anger, we all have fear, we all have frustration, we have doubt, we have worry, we have excitement, we have curiosity. We all have the main emotions at our fingertips. But if you have different degrees of describing a certain feeling, you have access to less severe for the negative emotions and more positive for the positive emotions. You have more access to different degrees of those feelings, so you can change the way you feel and impact yourself and your environment a lot more quickly than people that, hey, I'm either murderously angry or I'm, head over heels in love. If you only have those couple emotions to choose from, everything will set you off. So anytime you might be a little frustrated or peeved or annoyed by something, you're not. You automatically go to murderous anger because that's all you have to choose from. If that makes sense. So today, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a really fun day. And then I believe Tony Robbins is going to be on the Rise Up Challenge today. So I will be, of course, it's not the Rise Up Challenge anymore. It's the Rise Up World, whatever, something group, Rise Up, that started as it really was a summit. I know that Pete Vargas III calls it a challenge, but it wasn't a challenge. It was a challenge to make sure that you participated in it every day, I'm sure, for a lot of people. But to me, it was a summit combined with a challenge, kind of a hybrid, which was a fun process, fun idea. And it makes it easy for the person creating that. You can put it on fast because you're not in charge of all the content. You're just in charge of coordinating the activity. It's like creating a book by getting a whole bunch of different people to each contribute a chapter. And you can be the editor and the publisher and the person that puts that together, and maybe you have one chapter, but instead of having to write the whole book, you just have to write one chapter. It's why it's fun to have interviews on your podcast. It's why it's fun to have a blog or something where you have guest writers, because you're not 100% responsible for creating all of the content yourself. It just makes it easier. Plus, it makes it more fun and gives more variety to your listeners, viewers, readers, whatever. Go out, have an absolutely amazing day. If I can help you in any way, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, join us on the Get Up and Go Challenge page, of course on Facebook, and at 11 a.m. Central Time today, and we'll see you for the Get Up and Go Challenge. Have a great day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.